Warning: this video mainly deals with the issue of cyberbullying and spreading hate through the internet. If you feel like it's a topic that bothers you, please skip this one. I promise my next video will be much more heartfelt and safe for everyone. Okay, so I'm at the middle of this recording and I just realized that I pretty much spoiled Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on the first frame of this video. So if anyone who is a fan of that franchise and hasn't read or seen the Cursed Child and still wants to experience it blindly, I recommend picking up a copy or something. Without any spoilers, please just click away. Okay, thanks. Okay, see, I have this little issue when my neck beard is still not long enough to properly obscure my double chin, but it already looks bad on its own. So I will just, I don't know, do this the entire video, and it's going to be an improvement for both the production part and the consumption part, you filthy consumers. And that intro went 0 to 5.5 really quick. Okay, I said last time that I didn't want to make another video this year, but I had this really specific idea and it's kind of actual. How do you say that? Actual, kind of still a thing that people are talking about, and this is like going to be one of those videos that is a relic of the time, but here we go, and let me really quickly explain what I want to do with this picture. Also, I always start my videos with without a sketch, and I'm just talking next to a blank canvas like this one. Oh, like this one. You are wondering, wait, what even is this video? Is it like an art video? Where's the art? Well, there's the art. There. So, why am I making this video and what is my point? Now, I've been doing digital drawing and painting since 2017, so I'm like not entirely new to this, but I always, ignored the all sorts of drama stuff in the online art community. There are some of those that you cannot just really ignore, but you will always just see them, but I never really engaged with any of those. And just to illustrate how detached I am from this whole situation, when I was hearing about all the jelly art drama lately, I literally thought that jelly art was a person. Yeah, I don't use TikTok and I don't use X/Twitter, but I will say that it's not like a platform issue. It's like an overarching issue that is going to affect someone in some way, no matter what your platform of choice is, and no matter. I just knocked my microphone, I hope you went deaf from it. Yes, right now I'm role-playing as a mean person. Or am I role-playing? Now, I've been thinking how I want to present this whole idea and I have no idea, so I will just ramble around and then hopefully cut something together from it. And this video is my personal revenge for everything, all this stupid stuff that I've seen this whole year, all the rage against all sorts of insignificant and stupid things. This is my personal vendetta, and this is the only way I can cause suffering to people, so this is what I'm going to do now. Yeah, that's the video. I also wanted to do something personal, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a picture of Cedric Diggory from the Harry Potter franchise in the jelly art style. Now, Harry Potter fans, you still have time to click away from this video. I'm going to paint Cedric as a Death Eater from the Cursed Child. Now, I had the disclaimer at the start of the video. If you haven't clicked away and you are a Harry Potter fan and you haven't seen or read the Cursed Child, I'm going to spoil it. So, now that is technically a stage play for everyone who didn't know, and it's like a really controversial one, but controversial for all sorts of stupid reasons, not for, proper reasons that plague the whole franchise. One of those things people like to really hate about this franchise is the story decision when Cedric joins the Death Eaters. So, too long didn't read, literally because you didn't read the story. Scorpius Malfoy and Albus Potter go back in time to change the events of the original series, and they end up saving multiple people, including Cedric Diggory, and Cedric ends up joining the Death Eaters, and he kills Neville Longbottom before he was able to kill Nagini, and as a result Voldemort wins the Secured Wizarding War. Many people just say that, hey, Cedric joining the Death Eaters is kinda cringe, therefore the entire Cursed Child is cringe fanfiction material. And as a fan of fanfiction myself, I take that really seriously. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're using fanfiction as a slur for media that you don't like? Well, when you said something was cringe, I hope you were looking at a mirror at the time. What I really want this video's message to be is this where we at? Is this the thing that we do on the internet, when every time I hear about this whole art lore thingy and harassing like young teenagers or literal children over this platform and that platform, I always ask myself the question, what is wrong with you people? Okay, this is me halfway through editing this video. See, I recorded a really long segment of me trying to explain what I was going for, but I ended up scrapping most of my recording. You just saw the parts I deemed to be viewable and comprehensive. The scenes I put together, the ones you saw so far, were not even in chronological order. That's how much I messed it all up. When I was starting out, I still didn't have the whole thing spelled out in my hand, and I couldn't manage to put those into proper words. So I'll do it now. Beyond role-playing as some unhinged person, I really did my best to explain the idea, but I was so unsatisfied with the end result, I decided to sit down, write a proper script, and save this video from being some totally unwatchable mess. Even if my voice will sound less genuine, since now I'm reading from a script, but here we go. This piece is a parody of the art people generally call cringe, and cringe is the main keyword here. What I see time and time again is people calling out all sorts of things as cringe or some similar thing, and then what they proceed with is literal harassment and bullying, many times targeted towards minors. So how can I call these people out by making a piece? Depict them as abusers or depict their victims in a state of distress? I personally went with the route of making a piece that serves as a distorted lens into the whole topic, something so absurdly overdone it is capable of making people look into themselves. I wrote a list of things I've seen labeled as cringe through the years, and beyond that, things I saw people being harassed for, the main thing being the art style, in this case the jelly art style that is apparently hated for being overused, and literally teenagers were harassed and cyberbullied for using it. That was the thing that kickstarted this whole image. Other things I added, first the obvious furry / not so furry because he's just a cat boy. I am not a furry myself, but there are people I consider to be my friends or at least my fellow creators who are furries or make furry art, and sadly I heard so many stories of furries being harassed or called cringe for essentially being themselves. They feel like some of the punchbags of the internet for absolutely no reason, or at least that's the way I see people treating them time and time again, from casually making fun of them to literally framing them as groomers or zoophiliacs or mentally ill. Other similar thing is edginess. More commonly, young people being edgy and making edgy art, like the evil version of a character casting evil spells with some tattoos, angry expression on their face, and in my case right now, a literally upside down cross-shaped scar on the cheek and with piercings. This is part of the jelly art style to an extent, or at least part of many works I've seen. But even if it wasn't, I wanted to include this. Post-editing, I decided to go back and add some tears to this character as well. It's part of many works that deal with the topic of mental illness or abuse, but people will call it out as problematic or romanticization of mental illness, whatever that might even mean. It's really just an excuse for talking down at others, and it had to be part of my picture too. The other one I fortunately see less and less harassment towards are LGBTQ+ people or just gender non-conforming people in general. Sadly, still much more than I wish. Again, multiple people I know and consider to be my friends are part of the community. I mostly identify as non-binary, but I don't care about my own identity that much. But just try to share any art or photo of a man wearing makeup or something similar and people will not see it quite fondly, even in the best case. Making fan art of a masculine male character wearing makeup and being an evil and edgy cat boy, all sorts of normies will say it's the cringiest cringe ever created, and for what reason? No, seriously, I'd like to know. Tell me honestly and without excuses, because I literally do not understand why you would talk down at someone unironically for making this, other than looking for an excuse to talk down at someone. When I'll hear someone saying, "Oh, that's so cringe," next time I can send them this picture asking, "Hey, you mean like this?" Munch on it as much as you want. And maybe, just maybe, upon their brains getting overloaded, they will realize the issue only ever existed in their head. Or maybe they will just burn out once and for all. I hope at least either one of these. I want this piece to make you ask the question, okay, am I actually doing something productive by calling this stuff out? Isn't there a more important issue I should be calling out? Instead of laughing at furry catboy edgelord OCs created by a 13-year-old, should I call out some racist or misogynistic bigots, some people who spread political fake news, some actually evil people who make the lives of others worse? Instead of flaming the cursed child another 100 times on r/Harry Potter, should I do something like consider not to spend another small fortune on merch, consider not buying random plastic items to fund third world slave labor, while giving she who shall not be named more money that can be donated to far-right propaganda groups? Or maybe just consider rethinking the problematic politics of the series to have a deeper understanding of real-world issues, to actually learn from the mistakes of those who came before you? Or you can just go and say, "Dude, what is this edgy, furry animal, LG, ABCD, Gary Stew, fanfiction, yesification, victim, TikTok, escapee stuff"? The decision is yours. There are wrong answers. Okay, I really wanted to keep this video under 10 minutes. The original cut was more like 20 minutes and I decided that no, that would be even long if I managed to make a comprehensive video essay style art commentary. So I decided to re-record most of it and it's gonna be under 15 minutes still, so I'm happy with that length. I wasn't planning on making this video at the end of the year, but I'm still glad I did, and I hope that it will get a good reception. Not on the highest note of the whole year, but thank you very much for watching, and I'm gonna see you in January, hopefully with the new microphone I've been teasing about. And until then, have a nice day, do some art, and don't forget to have fun while doing that. Farewell. I forgot to mention one thing. I will be really humble and say that if this video receives 5 hate comments, I'm going to make a picture of the trolley witch from the cursed child as well.